What's up guys, this is Valentina with Bigger Creations, and today I'm going to show you how to get the perfect reverb for your vocals. One of the biggest tells for an amateur producer is when you put too much or too little reverb on your vocals. So today, I'm going to show you how to get reverb on your vocals right. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you like this video. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments. And if you watch my videos but you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that button and make sure you've got notifications on. As always, if you ever have any questions or want to see more content, check me out on Instagram. Okay, let's dive into this. The example that I'm using today is actually one of my own songs I've been working on. It's called Bad, and it's not released, but if you like this song and you'd like me to release it, let me know in the comments. Let me give you a little sneak peek of what it sounds like.
Baby, you're bad, better than a mother. She didn't even try, babe, you deserve another. If you let me, baby, I'll take care of you. Forget about the exes, leave them in the past. Promise I'm the best girl that you'll ever have. If you let me, I can be what you need. She don't even know your mom's name. I've been with you since the first grade. I know what you've been living through, babe. She can go ahead and try to understand you, but at the end of the day, you know that I do.
So if you notice, the vocals on this track just sound really well produced. Like they sound like they fit in with the mix. They don't stand out, but they also pop. So that's how you know it's good, where you feel like you can really hear the vocal and understand it, but it's also not overpowering everything else. It's just totally complementary and feels like it's glued to the track. One of the ways to accomplish that, aside from, of course, having a good vocal chain and good compression, is having the right amount of oh my gosh. You guys don't understand. Talking with these headphones on is like impossible. It's so noise canceling. So one of the ways to accomplish this is to have the right reverb. If you have too much reverb, it just muddies up your vocal and takes away some of that punchiness. It just doesn't really cut through the mix. And if you have too little reverb, it just sounds like the vocal is a little too in your face and just underproduced. So it's super important to have just the right amount of reverb on your vocals. So I'm gonna show you exactly how I did it. So first I'm gonna show you the vocals without the music in the background so you kind of get an idea of what it's actually doing. And then I'll show you what it is without the reverb.
Baby, you're bad, better than a mother. She didn't even try, babe, you deserve another. If you let me, baby, I'll take care of you. Forget about the exes, leave them in the past. Promise I'm the best girl that you'll ever have. If you let me, I can be what you need.
Okay, so you can hear the reverb. It doesn't sound like it's too echoey. Obviously with the track soloed, you really notice it more, but once it's in the mix, it just sounds like it really fits in. So without it, so you'll see I have my vocal chain here. I'm gonna take away the reverb and take away this stuff. And I'll just show you all my effects up to where I put the reverb. This is what they sound like.
Baby, you're bad, better than a mother. She didn't even try, babe, you deserve another. If you let me, baby, I'll take care of you.
Now with the reverb.
Forget about the exes, leave them in the past. Promise I'm the best girl that you'll ever have. If you let me, I can be what you need.
So if you notice, when the vocals are dry, when they don't have the reverb, they sound like a little lifeless and they sound a little robotic. But once you add the reverb, it almost feels like there's more life in the vocal because you can picture or feel the room that the vocal is in. So here's what I did with the reverb. For this one, I used a plugin from Waves. It's called H Reverb. I'll put a link to it in the description. I absolutely love this plugin. The reason why I love this plugin so much is because not only do you have really good reverb settings, but then you also have the ability to EQ your reverb. And that's super important because you don't want your reverb to be affecting the whole vocal as far as like every single frequency of your vocal. You actually want to be able to target a certain area of frequencies within your vocal and add the reverb to that part so that it doesn't muddy up your mix and make sure that your vocal cuts through without being super echoey everywhere. So these are the settings that I've come up with. Now, so I'm going to warn you up front because I've been guilty of this in the past. This is not something where you can just copy my settings and it's going to work on all of your vocals. What I'm going to teach you is how I came up with these settings so that when you're working with your own vocal in your own project, you know exactly how much reverb to put on there. And it's all dependent on your BPM. So let me show you. So in this case, my BPM is 80. You guys are going to hate me for this. I think I hate myself for this, but there's a little bit of math involved, and this is something I learned on how to properly calculate how much reverb you want to add. And a big component of that is understanding the length of your measures and your beats, and that's, of course, determined by your BPM. So the lucky number you need to remember here is 60,000, and let me explain that. So basically, you start with 60,000, and then you divide 60,000 by your BPM. What that's going to give you is the milliseconds in a quarter note of your BPM. So that way you know exactly how long a quarter note is. So in this case, my BPM is 80. So I'm going to get 60,000 and I'm going to divide that by 80. And that's going to give me 750. What this number is a quarter note worth of milliseconds. So there are 750 milliseconds in every quarter note for this song. What this number is the reverb time you should have. Some reverbs refer to it as a reverb time. Others refer to it as a decay. Same thing. That's where you want to input this number. So 750, that's a little too much. I don't want it to be a quarter note. So I'm going to divide that by 2 again. And that's going to get me an eighth note, and that's 375. Let's try 16th. So let's divide that by 2 once more. That gives me 187. Because I don't want this to be super echoey, I'm going to go with the 16th note number, and that's how I came up with the reverb time. And again, if you're commonly using the same BPM, you don't have to like math this out every time. You'll just kind of know what the number is for your liking once you kind of get used to it. So I think a 16th note is perfect. I'm going to use this 187 for my reverb time. So now that you've got the reverb time correct, the other thing that's important is your pre-delay. Now, pre-delay is similar to the attack in a compressor. I've put 94. So what I'm telling the reverb to do is don't affect this vocal for 94 milliseconds with the reverb. So wait 94 seconds from when the vocal plays. Wait 94 seconds before you add the reverb. And what that does is basically you're not attacking your transients. So the first, like the punchy part of your vocal, right, when it starts, you're not attacking it with the reverb. You're attacking it later. So those really punch through the mix directly and are in your face and don't get lost. Where if you put your pre-delay a little bit too early, basically your reverb is happening immediately as soon as the vocal turns on, and that just takes away some of the punchiness. So it's good to have a good delay. Now, how I determine the delay is actually by just dividing whatever I decided to do as my reverb time, divide that by 2. So if we go to 187 divided by 2, that gives me 93.5. So I put 94 for my pre-delay, and that's really going to make it punch. So like I said, one of my favorite features of this plugin is that there's an EQ and EQ settings that you can add to the reverb itself. And what I've done is basically I've done a low pass and a high pass. So I've taken away all of these high frequencies and all of the low frequencies. And basically what I'm telling the reverb to do is to only add reverb to the frequencies that I'm covering in this EQ. And let me tell you, it cleans up your reverb so well. You definitely don't want the low ends to be all muddied up, and you don't want the high ends to be muddied up because you've got hi-hats and other things that are living in those frequencies. What you want to have reverb on is really the meat of your vocal, and that's these frequencies right here. So now that you see kind of those settings, let me show you what it sounds like, and I'm going to change the settings so that you can see exactly what they're doing.
Baby, you bad, better than a mother. She didn't even try, babe, you deserve another. If you let me, baby, I'll take care of you. Forget about the exes, leave them in the past. Promise I'm the best girl that you'll ever have. If you let me, I can be what you need.
Okay, now I'm gonna mess with the pre-delay and you can see the difference there.
Baby, you bad, better than a mother. She didn't even try, babe, you deserve another. If you let me, baby, I'll take care of you.
So when I put it all the way to 500, it's really noticeable. You can tell that the reverb's not happening until like end of the actual phrase, halfway through the first verse. That's why I think it's important to do the math, because then you know exactly that it's fitting within the segments of your measure that you want it to. So now I'm going to show you what it sounds like when you don't EQ the reverb.
Baby, you bad, better than a mother. She didn't even try, babe, you deserve another. If you let me, baby, I'll take care of you. Forget about the exes, leave them in the past. Promise I'm the best girl that you'll ever have. If you let me, I can be what you need.
It makes a huge difference. Obviously, if you're watching this on your phone, you're not going to be able to tell the difference very much. The key here is subtlety. The subtlety makes a huge difference when it comes to your mix so that it's ready to be mastered. I can't stress enough how important it is to EQ your reverb. It really just cleans up your frequencies so that you don't have to worry about everything being muddied up by how much reverb you've put on your vocals. So now I'm going to play it all together with the music, and I'm going to take off the reverb. Now you'll notice the volume's going to go down a little bit because the reverb just adds a little bit more volume to it. But I'm going to take off the reverb so you can kind of listen to how dry it sounds before and after.
Baby, you bad, better than a mother. She didn't even try, babe, you deserve another. If you let me, baby, I'll take care of you. Forget about the exes, leave them in the past. Promise I'm the best girl that you'll ever have. If you let me, I can be what you need. She don't even know your mom's name. I've been with you since the first grade.
So there you have it, guys. That's how you get the perfect reverb on your vocals. I hope you guys liked this video. If it was helpful, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and let me know in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you're subscribed and that you've got notifications on so that you never miss a beat. And of course, if you ever have any questions or want to see more content, check me out on Instagram. Keep making beats.